Okay, so tonight we are going over leadership DNA. So this was an amazing training that we got at Leaders Retreat. Carrie Wilkerson was phenomenal and taught us so much. If you, I want to say one thing else before I get into what she told us. If you have not watched that, Kim, what's the name of that guy that had the video that you've been watching? Nightingale?
Earl Nightingale. I put it on I put it on our page for like a week.
Yeah. If you have not watched that yet, watch it, because so much of what she shared, I listened to it again with Shelly on the way back, and so much of what she shared ties directly in with what he shared. So sorry, my husband's giving me storm preparations as we speak. So what she shared just ties in really, really closely with what he shared. So if you really want to get in depth with what some of this stuff is, go back and listen to that as well. Okay, so let's get into it. So leadership DNA. So each letter stands for something that is super important to our leadership. Now she started with D, and there are a lot of things that D can stand for. Back up one second because I'm looking at my notes. There's two parts of your DNA. There's the DNA that defines you. That's the part that you are born with. You are born with a certain color hair, a certain eye color, a certain height. Those are the things you can't change. There's nothing you can do about that. You can change your hair color, but underneath, you know the truth, what it is. You can get different color contacts, but that's not going to really change your eye color. So there are ways you can wear high heels, you can fake it, but you're not really changing anything. But your DNA of how you lead and your attitude towards things, something that you can change. It is something that is changeable. I know a lot of us make it as an excuse as, well, I was just born that way. And you can't just let that happen. I could say I was just born an introvert. I'm never going to be able to lead a Zoom training like this, but I'm doing it anyway. I'm taking ownership. I'm not letting my natural tendencies just make me live my life in my comfort zone, because that's not going to be building my leadership skills. All right, so you can't deny it. There's things you can't deny, but you can defy it. So there's a lot of things in my family history that I can't deny. They are there, they are facts, but I don't have to let them define who I am. I can defy them. I can learn skills that can change how my natural tendencies are. So, okay, hold on. All right, so the first letter is D. So there's things that D can stand for, which are good things, like your desire and drive. We all should have a desire and drive, but anybody can have that, and that's not going to be enough to really drive what you're doing. You can have desperation. You can really be desperate for it, really want it really bad, but that's not going to get you where you want to go. You have to define your destination. What is it that you are going for? What is it that you are striving for? And this is the same thing that we always talk about as your why. Why are you doing this? What is your point? What is your purpose? Where is it that you're headed? Is your destination getting your products paid for and having a little extra fun money? Is that your destination? Then go for it. That's not a very far destination, and that's pretty easily doable. But is your destination bigger than that? Is your destination becoming a jewel, getting that big income, getting that yearly trip to Hawaii, getting that Lexus? Is that what you're going for? What does that mean? Does that mean that you get to quit a job that you don't really like? Does that mean that eventually you get to bring home your spouse from doing a job they don't really like? So really think about, what is your destination? Where is it that you're really heading for? All right. Why? Because you're not a leader without a destination. Who are you leading? If you're not leading them somewhere, then who's going to follow you? If you're wandering around going, I'm going to try this and do a little bit of that and a little bit of this, nobody's going to follow somebody that doesn't have a clear destination. If you say, okay, I'm going to the top and I'm taking along whoever wants to go with me, Then you are a leader and you have a destination, and they have somewhere to follow you too. All right. One of the main points she made on here, though, is before you go any further, you've got to get your family on board with you on your destination. If your destination is going to be going to the top, then your family needs to be on board with you, because it's going to be really hard to get there and get the work done that you need to do to get to that destination if you don't have the support of your family, especially a spouse or your children. They need to know why you're having to make a couple of sacrifices here and there, why you need to be on your computer for an hour or so a night every week, and maybe it's during bedtime. Your spouse has to take over putting the kids to bed, and everybody needs to understand why that's important. They need to see the fruits of what you're doing. So the harder that you work, the sooner that's going to happen, and the sooner they're going to really, really be on board with you. Some of us are blessed with a family or spouse that jumps right on with us, and they're super supportive right from the beginning, and it's just even better from there. But a lot of us have spouses who are skeptical at first. Weren't we all just a little bit at first? But the sooner that you can get them on board, even if you're not really bringing in the money that you think you want to be making yet, if you share with them your excitement and the potential of what this could bring with them, really get them on board with you, then it's going to go so much further in getting you to where you want to be. All right, and then N stands for narrative. What is your story? What is the story that's running in your head? If you are in your head thinking, okay, you've set out your destination is, I want to be a jewel, I want to go to the top. But if you're in your head that you're thinking, oh, look at all those people, I can't do that. They're all, dressing up and wearing makeup all the time. I don't do that. Okay. We have evidence on our team. We have people that's not like them. Or if you think, oh, they're all outgoing, they're all talking to people all the time, I can't do that. These things that you get stuck in your head are going to stop you from going where you want to go. They're just going to flat out, they're going to cut you off. And you're not going to be able to move forward until you can get past them. You've got to change the narrative in your head to one that says, I can do this. I can talk to people. I can keep sharing. This is a place where I can get to. So don't cut yourself off. Don't make your own roadblocks. All right. And stop blaming other people. Don't blame your upline. Don't blame your downline. Take ownership for where you are. If you're not getting where you want to be, then stop for a minute and look at what's going on in your life. Is there something else that you need to learn? Is there some leadership skill? Is there some personal development skill that you need to learn? Is there just some more activity? Are you actually doing the work that you say that you're doing? Really sit down and think about, okay, what is it that I can do to make this better and get there? She made an analogy about a caterpillar and what happens to it. It goes along, it makes the cocoon, and inside the cocoon, the caterpillar, if you looked inside of it, the caterpillar it is not just like becoming the butterfly inside. It is actually breaking down inside the cocoon before it becomes the butterfly. So there's going to be some changes that need to happen before you can reach your destination. And that's okay. We're all going to have moving forward and feeling like we have setbacks, but we just keep moving forward. You keep pushing through those setbacks and just keep going. And then the A stands for action. So you've got your destination in mind. You've got your proper narrative. You've got your positive thinking on. You're committed. You are focused. You know what you need to do, and you're committed to get there. And you believe that you can do it. You believe in yourself and your ability to do it and what needs to be done to get there. So the last thing you need to have is you've got all of this great thing. Now you need to put some action into it. So This does not mean thinking about your business or buying a planner or earning a really fantastic planner, although you're doing some action to get that. It is not planning what you're going to wear to the next event. It is actually doing the work. It's talking to people. It is getting yourself out there. It's building your skills. It can also stand for alignment. You have to be aligned in what you're doing. You have to be in proper alignment with your products. If you are not properly using your products and being consistent every day, then it's not helping your business. You have to be a product of their product. That's one of the very first things that we talk about. That's why we really want everybody, when you very first join, to get a welcome pack, because you get that deep discount and you get on those products right away. And you're really building your own story, because that's going to be the heart and soul of your business, is sharing your own story. And you're not going to have a story unless you're using the products. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you have a huge weight loss testimonial. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have like an amazing health testimonial. It means you're using the products and you're getting what your body needs out of it. I have seen both of those. I have great friends who have both of those stories. It feels like mine is more preventative. I want to be the healthiest me that I can be, because in my past, I've had other health issues and I don't want that again. So I'm being proactive in my health. I'm building my immune system. I have better energy. I am sleeping better. And all of those things are building to a healthier me. So it doesn't have to be an amazing testimonial. It has to be yours, though. It also means alignment with your money and with your business. And are you doing what you say you're going to do? Are you leading a team and telling them what to do, but not doing it yourself? So you have to have all that in proper alignment. It also means having proper alignment with what you're saying. So you want to really make sure that what you're saying, what comes out of your mouth, aligns with what we are representing as a business. If our business is health and happiness, and that's what we're offering to people, then you don't want to be known as someone who is always saying pessimistic things. And you really just have to keep that in mind. There is a time and a place. We all have awful days. Believe me, we all have those days. But you have to really think about if maybe sharing it all over social media is the best place to do that. There's a way to deal with that. Maybe you have a best friend where you call up and you go, I'm having a really awful day and I just need to tell somebody about it. Get it off your chest, deal with it, but you don't have to share it with the world because we all have those days, and you don't want to keep going back to your audience where you're trying to share health and happiness, because like it or not, that's where your audience is. You don't want them to see that you're having these awful days. Maybe you have a run of them. You don't want to be sharing that. They're going to go, well, so much for her health and happiness. So you really have to keep that in mind whenever you're doing things. Now, we don't want you to be fake. That's not what I'm saying. But having a bad day here and there is not, I totally lost my train of thought, is not something that is going to throw everything off, but it might be somebody shows up one day and they're thinking, I really want to see what that stuff is that she's doing, because she's been really happy. If they go on your Facebook one day, let's say they're going on and they're like, okay, I think I'm finally interested. And they go look at your page and then they go in and they see something really negative. Then that might just throw them all off. So we just have to be aware of it. All right. So when it comes to action, you have to be taking care of your own personal business first. That means your personal contacts, reaching out to new people, getting out samples, following up with those potentials that you have, getting people signed up, getting them their products, checking up on them, do those things first before you're out helping your team, because that's going to keep your alignment in focus. Is taking care of your own personal business before you're trying to help others. It also helps you help others better if you're in constant personal business, because then you can help answer their questions because you're experiencing it and doing it for yourself. So that's what I got. So I know I talked fast, so if y'all have questions or comments or anything, please feel free to pop on and say something.